All right, guys, we're back again. Technical difficulties, that's how it is, man. Wouldn't be a show if we didn't. No, I'm not sure what's going on, but sometimes it feels like once we get to the second hour, the software was struggling, man. Or Facebook freaks out, or YouTube freaks out, or whatever with you guys. So I get the messages. I try to reboot. It always looks good on our end, and we are now archiving all the videos again here internally, so we'll always put the show up after so you can catch it, guys, if anything happens. That's just the life right now. I apologize. We'll do our best to get it together. You know how it is. So let's get this thing rolling. Back at the DSR2 mess. I don't even know where the hell we were at, Moose. We just Sorry, here you go.
We're just starting to get into a little college football action going on there as well.
That's what it was. Thank you.
We'll get into that on there.
We're going to do a high-speed pick'ems and fantasy.
Yes, we'll get kicking into high gear here. Looks like Memphis, University of Memphis is might be getting a little trouble regarding basketball violations. Oh, shocker. Memphis, trouble, basketball, recruiting violations,
Never.
Ineligibility? No,
never.
On that. And again, for everybody saying, oh, Miami's back, you lost to Middle Tennessee State. No, you're not. Deal with it. Yeah. You have to beat Middle Tennessee State or Appalachian State to be considered back, okay? Actually, you got to beat decent teams, so. Georgia Tech just fired their head coach there, who was terrible. We'll see who they're going to hire. I know who they're not going to hire, and that's probably going to be Deion Sanders, because unfortunately Georgia Tech actually is like Notre Dame and all that. They have high academic standards, so they can't bring every kid in.
All right, guys, don't freak out by the date and time. Everything that I punched in for today's episode reverted back to last week's episode, so that just shows you there was a software glitch, and when I reset everything, it for whatever reason it went goofy. So hopefully we stay rocking and just don't mind the fact that it shows last week's episode and last week's date. This is live.
It is live on September 28th, 2022.
The easy thing is don't look at the post, look at the video. I put a timestamp and a date stamp on the video so y'all can see it.
We're good.
So that you guys understand what you're watching when you're watching it's live or it was recorded earlier. You always know when this was taped. I do that on purpose because timestamps can get messed up. So there you go. Now you know why.
Now we know why.
Now you know why I have it on there.
There we go. So Aaron Judge just hit his 61st home run. He tied Roger Maris's so he's got the all-time lead for home runs in a single season in the American League. Because McGuire and Bonds were all National League and all that. So we got that there. Looks like here was the story is Pac-12 in danger of eventual collapse as Big Ten considers further expansion.
Well, we knew this was going to be happening. We just didn't know who the casualties were going to be, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to go to 5 super conferences or whatever you're going to do.
So, yeah, the Pac-12 and the remnants of the Big 12 might as well just form together and create their own. That's the only way they're going to be able on there. Well, because they're talking is Big Ten presidents are looking at Oregon, Stanford, Washington, and Cal Berkeley.
How long? Now, I think it'll be a while, but I think we'll get to see it in our lifetime, at least, to be honest. So maybe not that long. But I think, how long is it before like all these conferences that get pushed out, get run down and squashed, don't get together, set up their own thing, and then eventually get to be... Do they not just have like some kind of relegation type soccer gimmick where some of these smaller conferences, they're playing well, they get a game or two against the big boys, they prove they can compete, and if you've got a team or at least make them eligible,
right? If you're not, if you're finished,
like
if you're not bowl eligible on there, then you get regulated to the B conference,
right? And then so
I think that's going to happen.
So some of these other cats, might be on the come up. But like I said, that's something I think we'll see in our lifetime. But okay, if you're our age, if you're Generation X or older, what you know of college football will never be. it will always be different, and it's going to be so dramatically different from what you grew up with in just a handful of years.
I mean, look at the changes in my lifetime on there. Did I remember again? But when you had national champions, it was selected by the polls. It was
Right.
the whether it was the AP or the UPI. And there was the coaches and the writers polls. Those who decided on there. Then you came out with the BCS, which was essentially 1 versus 2.
Right.
And you had that, and then we got the playoffs on there, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now that's going to expand to 12, and I bet you it expands to 16. And you're eventually going to have essentially 2 super conferences of 24 teams each.
Yikes.
20 to 24 teams. That's what you're going to. And then you'll have this other conference on there with regulation, and that's what something you'll have to see happen is regulation. You know what? Sorry, Rutgers, Nebraska, you're regulated. You go to the B time. We get,
Right.
Texas, Oklahoma State or Baylor or whatever comes up on there. We get that.
Right.
Or, with everything on there. So, yeah, we're going to see that happen there. But, yeah, you're going to look at that. And, again, college football is never going to be what it was now, especially now with the transfer portal and everything else out there. We're looking at that happening there as well on there. The guys, and, again, a lot of these guys leaving the transfer portal isn't working out down there. I mean, Spencer Rattler is doing terrible. He's, he's terrible. He's not getting. Oh, he's gonna win he's gonna be a first round draft pick. No, he's not. He's not gonna even be drafted.
Ugh.
So yeah, we'll see in that. But yeah, we'll see. Especially now we're getting more into everybody playing within their conference, and that we'll see things happen out there with it and everything. Right now, as we see, it's USC, it's Ohio State, it's Alabama, it's Georgia, and then we'll see all the pretenders. Who's legit? Is Michigan legit? We don't know yet.
We'll find out hopefully soon.
Is Penn State legit? We don't know.
No.
We'll
yeah,
see.
we don't know, and that's the thing about the schedule. We talked about.
Well,
we
know teams that aren't legit. Nebraska, not legit. They're terrible.
No,
Michigan State, terrible.
Well, and I just think we're going to find out teams aren't what we thought they were as well. And I think, so, and we'll find out. We're going to find out soon. To me, this is once we start getting into conference play and all that stuff, that's when college football really kicks in. I hate the non-conference schedule because look, to me, there's no way to win. It's a lose-lose because your team goes out there. If they're supposed to be a contender, they need to crush these fools. And then if they don't, you're like, well, what's going on? And then sometimes even if they do, it doesn't matter. And then if they get beat, God forbid they get beat.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's just there's no way to win with I just think I don't know. So I just don't stop with the cupcakes, man. Stop with the cupcakes. Save the cupcakes for the kid's birthday party, and get some legit teams every week.
Well, I know Michigan was supposed to have a home and home with UCLA, and then the Big Ten switched around and they said, well, this year Michigan only has 4 conference games at home, not on 5. And they said, well, then we're going to need this. They wanted UCLA to switch. Okay, make us the home game this year and you the away game next year.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or on vice versa. And UCLA said, no, just deal with it. Well, then we're going to cancel the series.
Wow.
Because we want to at least have 7 home games both years.
Right.
This year they've got 8, and I think next year they've got their 7. But that's why that happened there. But yeah, I think is when you're going to get to this super conferences and you're going to expand the playoffs is again everybody. You know what? If we expand to 20 teams and we're playing the only ones in our division, then you're going to have 9 conference games, which we do already, and then 3 non-conference, which we do right now. The SEC has 8 conference games and 4 non-conference. Right. And then, of course, they play a Division II team the last week of the season before they play their arch rivals. Everybody in the SEC does, which is bullshit.
Right.
You don't need to be playing Division II schools. Sorry, guys. You're a Power 5 conference, play a Power 5 conference team. And I think that's what happens when you have an expansion. Then you're going to have teams play 9 conference games or 10 conference games, and you're only going to get you're going to have to play a Power 5 conference team. Now that Power 5 conference team, might be a good team when you booked them a decade ago, but now they're having a tough time, and that's what happens. But at least you got to play a Power 5 conference team.
Right.
It is what it is. You can't play these divisional schools and so forth with it. I mean, you look at our non-conference this year and next year, and it's terrible. I don't want to spend that kind of money to go see this garbage.
Right.
As a fan, I got to pay premium dollar.
Right. No, yeah.
And some of these schools that you have your private seat licensing fee on top of your games and that. Oh hell no! If I'm dropping $2,000 for tickets, I better see a damn quality appointment in the non-conference.
Absolutely.
With that. So I see that's happening there. So we'll get into more of that on there as well. And we're going to get more into in the coming weeks there with the story coming out. And again, it's been going on and it's really coming forth to light is the whole issues with Brett Favre and Southern Mississippi and the welfare scandal and everything with that. So we'll get into that one. Why no one's covering that is on there is amazing.
Well, and shame on us too, because I've known about it and we didn't really cover it because to me, it's not football related other than it's Brett Favre.
Yeah.
So, we try to talk about... And if Brett Favre was active, there's no way we're not talking about it.
That'd be the top story right off the bat.
Yeah. But the fact that, I get it. You're talking about... everybody's talking about Lamar Jackson, this, that, and the other, but... And holding out and doing his contract thing, and then you'll talk about other players, this, that, and the third. But Brett Favre just kind of goes. No one says anything. None of the ESPN ain't saying nothing. Nobody's saying nothing about nothing. And dude, this guy's been fucking ripping off the poorest state in the country.
Yeah,
and he's been doing it. And then he's like, oh. He pays some of that back, but dude, that money, you already took that money, and people are already in now. I don't know, whatever, dude. He's a scumbag. It's not really all that surprising. The only thing that's surprising about it is I thought that was isn't that his hometown? Isn't that
yes?
Isn't that where he's from? Right?
Yeah.
So he's from there. And
he went to school at Southern Miss,
and then he went back to rip them off.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's
to build a new
even
facility so his daughter
scummier.
can play volleyball. Dude, you don't have $5 million. You can't donate that money yourself.
Oh yeah, come on.
So
he makes more than that off his copper fit. Let alone his career and all the endorsements he had during his career. It's not like he had any kind of shortage of TV time.
Oh, yeah.
When he was a player. I mean, he wasn't quite Peyton Manning, but...
No.
But he did fucking...
All those Wrangler jean commercials.
But there wasn't a fucking... Yeah, I was going to say, there still wasn't a commercial he wasn't afraid to do.
No. Whereas Peyton Manning,
Oh, yeah, he needs to get them all. Every commercial that's ever made has to be his. He's the Samuel L. Jackson of television commercials. He's in every one.
Him, Samuel L. Jackson, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
You got pretty much covered.
Yes. Well, Shaq has to be on TV any way he can do it. But that's smart. That's smart. Keep your brand out there.
So we got that on there. So, yep. We're on there. So, yep, we got to get into the Moose's fantasy moment.
Yep.
And then we got pick'ems in it. So.
Oh yeah, because we are this has been one crazy ass.
It's been crazy on there.
All right, where am I at? Oh, I gotta go all the way back. See, totally not professional. Just in case you were wondering about the production value here, it's never professional.
Bow.
So here we go with our on here. So again, if you guys got injury wise and you're worried about it and you're panicking because you're 1-2 in your fantasy football on that, don't worry about it. You're 0-3. Again, you're playing out division now. You're playing outside your division for the next 10 games or so. You need some help on fantasy. Don't worry, Uncle Moosey's got your help here. So. If you're looking for a quarterback this week on there and you're absolute in panic mode, I got a couple options for you. Option 1 is, believe it or not, is a back. Wouldn't have been a backup, but it's Cooper Rush on there. Why? Because they're playing Washington, and Washington's defense is terrible. They are on it, so definitely pick up on Cooper Rush if you're in a bind. Also, like this week too, is believe it or not, Danny Dimes. Why? Because they're playing the Bears, and the Bears are terrible. Definitely like those as well. And again, if you need a running back wise, I think the number one running back is Khalil Herbert, running back for Chicago. Looks like he's going to be on there because Dave Montgomery's banged up in that. So definitely like him this week. Also like Madison, because right now, especially if you've got Dalvin Cook under, pick up Madison because Cook may not play this week. It's an early game on Sunday, so definitely pick him up and throw him on your bench there just in case you need him. Like that as well. Ramondre Stevenson, I think he's going to get more of the carries and definitely more of the receiving yards for the running backs and for New England there. Receiver wise, Tyler Boyd this week I like on there. Romeo Doubs looks like he's of the rookie receivers coming out of Green Bay. He looks like to be the best choice, so definitely pick up him, and definitely Russell Gage and Isaiah McKay on there. And last one on there is Josh Palmer on there for the Chargers because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are kind of banged up, so pick him up on there just in case. Tight end wise, definitely like David Njoku from Cleveland on there. I like him on there. Taysom Hill on there, probably because he's probably going to get. They might use him in a little bit of the Wildcat because of Jameis on there, and Mike Gesicki on there for Miami. I like those. If you need a kicker, you can go to hell, pick one, and just hopefully he doesn't miss it. And that's about it. And then defense-wise is three defenses I like this week on there. If you're on the waiver wire, Steelers, why? Because they're playing the Jets. Giants, why? Because they're playing the Bears. And the Packers, why? Because they're playing New England. There's your fantasy moment.
It's all about the matchup, baby.
It is about the matchup, and those are three you can definitely pick up on your waiver wires on there. So definitely look at that.
All right, Moose. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feel. Oops. I don't know how I'm feeling about this week, man.
This one is honest. I have no clue whatsoever. I don't feel great about any of them. Well, actually, I do feel good about two, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, that'll be great.
So yeah, we've got multiple games here, so get into it. On there, we've got your Thursday night game. We've got Miami on the road. They're going to Cincinnati. Miami is, believe it or not, a 3.5-point dog on the road.
Damn.
Cincinnati can slide on there, so on there down with it. Again, when it's not 130 degrees on the field, and it's actually going to be a little chilly there in Cincinnati. Actually, it'll be perfect this weekend. I think it's going to be about 70. So on this one, this is one there I think it's going to be a little bit of a letdown for Miami coming off an emotional win against your arch rival with Buffalo and that. With that.
And Cincinnati's offensive line is hemorrhaging right now.
I know.
I don't know that Burrow stays upright. Like, look, am I buying all the hype of Miami right now? No, I'm not. But do I think that all of a sudden Cincinnati's gonna? No, I mean it would be an upset to me. It would be a surprise. I'm sorry. I just feel like, to me, Miami's playing well. They're gonna ride this wave, and if they can get any kind of pressure on Burrows, then I mean, I don't know, like, what's Cincinnati really gonna do? Like, they haven't wowed me.
No, they've been
this has been the biggest hangover situation that I think I've seen in a team that's made the Super Bowl, like, recently.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I know we've had other teams.
Maybe
but
I just Raider team that lost to Tampa Bay the following year that collapsed.
Yeah, what was that? The 90s.
2004 when Bill Callahan.
Early 2000s. Yeah.
So you got that on there. I mean, I can't argue with that. I think Burrow, and I do believe Jamar is going to be back this week, and Jamar's looking good. I'm not sure about T. Higgins, but you do have to. Well, you still have Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I'm going to take Miami. I mean,
I can't argue. I can't. I don't feel great about this. I mean, I've got Cincinnati pulling the, winning it on it, but I can't. I can't argue about Miami pulling an upset. I mean, they're the upset, but I can't argue about them possibly winning this one. All right, so we got that's the Thursday night game. We've got the first game, and that's going to be over in London. That's going to be at Tottenham Stadium, home of
Tottenham.
Tottenham,
Our new breakfast platter.
Tottenham.
Yes.
Home of the Tottenham Spurs. All right, we got Minnesota on the road against New Orleans. Minnesota is a 3.5-point favorite on this one, and rightfully so on this one. Then the key is will Cook play?
Right.
Will Jameis play?
Sure.
And on there, so that's on there. I think Minnesota wins this one.
I'm with you.
I mean, that's just kidding. New Orleans has been just terrible.
They have been. There was high hopes for Minnesota. For New Orleans, and I just never saw it. I didn't get what they were talking about, and yeah, so it is what it is as far as I'm concerned. This is more what I expected anyway.
Yeah,
but that's just me, and I'm a bald a-hole.
All right, here's a game that nobody needs to watch on there, and all those to do. They may have God mercy on your soul. We've got Cleveland at 1 o'clock on the road at Atlanta. They're a 3.5-point favorite on this one.
Is anybody even going to score 3 points?
I think Cleveland's defense might score 3 points on there. So
they scored 3 points. No, it's going to be 2-0.
One is one is the worst fan base in America, and one is just a fan base that they're a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard to root for people sometimes, right?
Yes. I think Cleveland wins this one. I think the defense is just.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so we got that one. When the next game we got in live from Jerry World, we got the Washington Commanders, our 2.5-point dog against Dallas. I'm surprised it is only 2.5 points on this one. Yeah. I think Dallas wins this one going away.
I think they'll win it. I think this is just another. To me, this is why Dr. Jerry needs to shut his mouth, because there's no reason for Dak to push himself back.
Dak's not playing this week. They have already ruled him out.
Good. And there's no reason to push him unless you start going on a losing streak, okay? So let the dude heal up properly. Yeah. The new ginger at the helm can handle it. And if they can't, then they've got bigger problems.
Yes. Yes. The defense is playing pretty well. You got a nice balanced running attack. The offensive line's looking better than I thought.
Is Jerry partial to gingers? Does he have like a ginger detector? He really finds all the NFL gingers and brings them there. Am I just losing my mind?
No, I think you're onto something there.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just
Maybe Jerry.
Maybe I'm just a gingerist, and
maybe Jerry was a ginger before he went gray.
Maybe
he
feels a connection, a kinship to the gingers,
or he has no soul, like a ginger.
Oh yes, all the soulless people can come together. Maybe they can tell. Maybe they know.
It's gingers I hate.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been kissed by fire. So all right. A little GOT action here on it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Seattle on the road coming into Detroit. Seattle is a 6.5-point dog. Actually, I think it's down to 4 points on there with Detroit. Seattle's terrible. They are. I mean, even without with some bangs up on there, without even if guys banged up, I think Detroit takes care of Seattle because Seattle's defense is god awful.
Yeah, it is bad. I didn't expect the way Detroit's offense has been going. Even when it doesn't hit, they seem to still be putting points on the board, at least enough to beat this sorry ass team.
And
I mean,
Metcalf has been opening his mouth like already. Oh, Kudo's got a safety on him. Like, I didn't see a safety back up on it. Alba Kuda, again, dude, you have Geno Smith thrown to you. You have no business being opening up. You don't have Russ anymore. You have Geno Smith.
I was going to say, pump the brakes, man. Like, that team is pretty rough over there as far as what they've got on paper.
All right, so we got which should be the two leaders of the Southern, the AFC South, which I don't know if that's going to be the case now. Tennessee is on the road to Indianapolis. They're a 3.5-point dog to Indy. Tennessee's been ugh.
Yeah, like the window for the style of play and the team's been formulated and what the coaches do. Feel like the window shut on them, didn't it?
Yes, it sure feels like it.
Yeah, so I'm with you.
How soon before we see Malik Willis for the rookie come up there and start playing for Tannehill? Because they're
gonna have to do something. Coach is gonna have to save his job at some point, right?
I think this year because they have one on there, but variable in that. But yeah, I mean they're gonna have to do something. The defense is terrible.
All right.
I think Indy. I mean, I
don't think you run Tannehill out of there, barring an injury anyway, unless you're out of it. Like, because what else are you gonna do? You got there with these guys and what you were doing. Like, why can't you get back? So you're gonna go with what you know, unless. And I don't think you're doing anything that drastic unless it's already probably too late.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, well, now we know what to look for or what to do going forward.
Because I'm not, they're going to run the ball because, again, I don't, both receivers for Tennessee are terrible.
Yeah.
Trayvon Burke's a rookie, so he's not even Robert Woods. Old.
All
right, we got the Bears, our 2.5-point dog on the road to the Giants. This one.
Oh, my
God.
Loses? Everybody who has to watch that.
Who loses? We all lose on this one.
Oh, my gosh. This is horrible. I don't even know which one to pick. I don't know. I think
I'm going to say the G-Men. Because the Bears are just terrible.
They are terrible, but
they're 2-1, but they're the worst 2-1 team I've ever seen.
Yeah, but did the Giants I think they kind of got
the Giants have a decent. Well, I do, but the Giants still have a decent defense, but their offense is Barkley, and that's it.
I just feel like it's been pretty well exposed.
Who do the Bears have?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're scrounging wins.
So the Giants are 2-1 too.
I feel like I don't know how they got there. I feel like they were. I'm not feeling good about either pick, obviously, but I'll take Chicago in this one just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
On top of.
Would I bet on it? No.
Neither one. We're not touching either one of them. That's horrible.
The one I'll bet money on is the next game here. Got Jacksonville going to Philly. Jacksonville coming off a nice win against the Chargers.
Yeah,
there's a 7.5-point dog in Philly.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to mess with the points, just the way things have been so freaky deaky. But yeah, no, I there's no way straight up that Philly should lose this game.
I think Philly covers the points.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they beat them by 14, 17 points. But as goofy as stuff has been, you know, if they're up 14 and have some goofy play that rips it to 7 and you got caught on the hook because it's 7.5, right?
Yep.
Oh God, so jammed. Wouldn't you be mad? There's like the last second play, they try to get it and they get it. They get like a cheap. They let them
cheap field goal.
Yeah, whatever.
I'd
be so mad.
All right, so we got another of the games on there. We got the Jets on the road against Pittsburgh. Jets are a 3.5-point dog. I think Zach Wilson comes back. Pittsburgh's been just so disappointing. Offense, defense. I mean,
Pittsburgh's been bad. If they're not going to pull trigger on Pickett for this week, so that he gets a week of not playing an epic team, like a team that could beat him down, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him somebody a little bit easy for his first time out, a little bit more. If they don't pull the trigger on him this week and win and pull off a victory here, you could be looking at a long string of losses. Their schedule coming up is pretty brutal for them, and they're not playing well. But I think Pittsburgh's going to find a way to steal this game.
I think Pittsburgh does find a way to win this game.
Yeah.
On that.
Maybe that's just too much faith in Tomlin, but like I just feel like they'll find a way to steal it. I'd like to see him bring in Pickett, like not tell anybody, bring in Pickett, start him, like out of nowhere. But it's like, whoa, be all sly with it. I'd love to see that.
I think the Jets pull this off.
You think the Jets are going to beat it?
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, they could, but I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
All right, here's the best game of the weekend on there, and it is Buffalo on the road for the second straight week against Baltimore. Buffalo is a 3.5-point favorite on the road against Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson basically comes a little bit back down to earth a little bit this week.
Yeah, I think this is
Buffalo after a bad loss last week. They're going to be chomping at the bit, and it's not going to be 130 degrees on the field. I think Buffalo pulls this one out on there, and I think they win by a touchdown.
Well, I am kind of questioning like how these guys, their performance level this week, like in practice, and how they're, is this something that I don't know. Is it going to affect them? Is it going to roll into this week? I don't expect Buffalo to lose, so I'm going to take Buffalo, but I think this could be a tight game, and I think it could be obviously has potential to be game of the week. How long can you hold Fat Jericho on his head that long? As we're watching pro wrestling while we're doing this. Bandito's a freaky strong guy for his size.
All right, so we've got the Chargers on the road. I think that's That's another 1 o'clock game on there. There's a lot of 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
Chargers are 6.5-point favorite against Houston. Even though they don't have Joey Bosa, they probably still don't have Keenan Allen on there. Houston's a train wreck.
Yeah.
I think they got enough on there to get some points and score and everything with it. So,
yep.
All right. The last of the 1 o'clock games, Arizona goes out to Carolina. They're a 1.5-point dog against Carolina. Yeah, I mean,
Carolina's bad. Arizona's bad. Carolina's bad, though. I think I'm going to take Arizona.
I think Arizona pulls an upset on this one. But I don't.
Yeah.
Would I bet
Is
on
a point and a half really an upset? I think that's so close to a pick 'em and that it doesn't
Especially
matter.
when you're getting a point and a half dog at home. That's not good.
Yeah.
So. All right, here's another game I still feel really confident in. It's New England at Green Bay at 4:05 game. New England is a 9.5-point dog. Why? Because Mac Jones not playing. Guess who's going to be starting quarterback for New England? Brian Hoyer.
Oh, shut up.
Give me
Green still in the
Bay.
League?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay.
Give me Green Bay.
Yeah.
All we needed was New England to play KC, and they have Mahomes out, and it'd be Hoyer versus Chad Henne again.
Oh, geez, stop it. Stop it. I can't have that.
Oh, come on. That matchup at Michigan, it was a great one on there. You remember?
Yeah. Was it 20 fucking years ago?
Yeah. Triple overtime when Braylon Edwards said, no, just throw me the ball from now on. Oh, yeah. We can win now. All right. So we got 4:25 game. We got Denver on the road to Vegas. Denver is a 1.5-point dog. Vegas has lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, but Denver looks out of sorts.
Oh, I got Vegas winning this one.
Yeah, Vegas gets off the schneid, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, I that's crazy to say that, but Denver just, to me, no.
All right. So was that another 25 game? Kansas on the road to Tampa, or depending on what happens. 2.5-point favorite on the road. Tampa, they're hurting everything with it.
I think, you know what, to be honest with you, after that little outburst
I think
earlier,
KC does it.
I think they just focus in and come back and Tampa's going to be... All right,
Sorry, that was a Sunday night game. My fault.
That's a night. All right.
So, all right, so we got the...
a little out of order, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's the night game on there. So let's see here. We've got the Ram Monday night versus San Francisco. Rams are point dog.
What Monday night game is? What?
Rams Niners.
Oh, wow.
I think Rams are going to win this one.
This is another one of those ones that could go.
They seem to play hard against the Rams in Seattle, and they'll have their numbers in it. But again, Niners are banged up. I mean, you're on your third string running back, on your backup quarterback.
Let's
Jimmy G's better than Trey Lance right now.
Yeah, Jimmy G's should be the starter out of the two. But you're talking about a guy who didn't any of the preseason off. He didn't do all. He was
a couple games to get.
Yeah, so he could be a little rough there. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take LA because I need the win. But I just feel like, ooh, that's a tough one. It could go. To me, that could go either way.
Yes.
Man, I'll take the Rams. I'll take Stafford and the Rams, but I think the defense might be the key to that game.
Yeah, I think so. Again, is Aaron Donald go off and that? We'll see.
Right. Wow, that's it? We ripped through them? That's pretty good. We got a few opposite ones.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out. I know you guys give me shit when we're but we're doing every game. If we picked 3 specific games and we were all the same, then I'd see why we do all the games. So we're bound to
have quite a few
of them that are similar there. So there you go. Well, don't bet the farm on it.
I wouldn't.
Not the way these things have been going. Man. Holy crap-a-moly. But that's the life of sports. See, okay, this is what cracks me up too. So sports is all about the gambling aspect now, right? That is obviously where it's turning to. That's where everything goes for, whether it's fantasy kings, like the radio stations call it degenerate gambling radio, all that stuff, blah blah blah. All stuff is that's just the way it's going. But you listen to the station that tells you what the odds are and what you should be betting, right? They always give you the tips on how you should bet to win. And this guy is this against the spread, so this, and it's literally the company that sells you the bet. Like, it's like amps to the slaughter when you're out there betting, guys. So be smart, gambling. Don't. These sites are successful businesses for a reason. Don't get yourself gamble responsibly, man. Like when we joke about it, we talk about goof on it. It's because we don't want you to like do anything rash or crazy. All right, have fun. Do your fantasy football. Have fun with that. Spend a couple dollars and play if you want, but don't get crazy.
Yes.
But he's into the horses and stuff. He's going to horse track doing that thing.
Where the hell is the horse track around?
He's late, man. You don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh yeah, you got the two down there and with it.
He's just like that. So I like to see him, but yeah, I mean, he put a couple bucks on the ponies. You don't even really know what he's doing. He's just out there having fun. You know that, right? Only put a couple bucks there. He's there for the value and watching and out partake. And yeah, that's what it should be about. Crazy with it. Be safe, be good. Special thank and Scotty Super Genius for having us out at the the Foaling Warehouse in the Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor area. Check them out on social media, Facebook, all that stuff. Go down. It's a beautiful joint. We're gonna go back again. You'll start hearing more. We'll have the interview up here tomorrow. Yeah, tune in, hang out. We'll see you guys next. Thanks. We love you guys. We'll be back.
Peace out, brothers.
You're listening to Studio 56, home for underground hip hop and